Hello, everyone. Welcome to the News Browse News broadcast. According to a report by Sounds, the Office of the United States Trade Representative, OS2R, released its Section 301 investigation findings, targeting 60 economies over their failure to effectively enforce import bans on goods produced with forced labor. The investigation determined that 54 economies, including Taiwan, have not implemented or enforced such bans, while 6 others failed to adequately enforce existing regulations. Since the Reciprocal Tariff Agreement, O8R, signed between Taiwan and the U.S., includes a commitment to ban forced labor imports, the USTR has recommended a 10% tariff on goods from Taiwan. For countries and territories that have not committed to these import bans through agreements like ART or OSCE-NCA, a higher tariff of 12.5% is recommended. U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer emphasized that it is unacceptable for key trade partners to allow forced labor goods, which unfairly disadvantages American workers. The public comment period for these proposed tariffs is open until July 6, followed by a public hearing on July 7. The moves align with the U.S. shifting back to Section 301 following a Supreme Court ruling on reciprocal tariffs. According to a report by the Liberty Times, the Japanese cabinet on June 3 approved a supplementary budget of 3.1135 trillion yen, approximately $19.8 billion USD, aimed at helping households cope with soaring living costs caused by the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. At a press conference, government spokesperson Minoru Kihara stated that the budget was formulated to minimize economic risks amid the highly uncertain situation in the Middle East. He emphasized that the allocation would ensure solid fiscal preparedness, and the government would closely monitor price trends to protect citizens' daily lives and prevent disruptions to national economic activities. Furthermore, Prime Minister Sane Takaichi previously indicated last month that this additional funding would be directed towards mitigating the impact of rising gasoline, electricity, and natural gas prices on consumers. Prime Minister Takaichi also assured the public that the government expects to secure a stable and reliable supply of oil through next spring, cushioning the nation from external energy shocks. According to a report by Lienhe Zaobao, the Russian Foreign Ministry announced on Tuesday that it has decided to ban 5 British media and academic figures from entering the country, accusing them of spreading false information about Russia. Among those blacklisted are Catherine Belton, an investigative journalist for The Washington Post, and Richard Holmes, a security correspondent for the British newspaper I. Other individuals included in the ban are Alexander Browder, a contributor to the Henry Jackson Society think tank, Alice Laver, CEO of the humanitarian agency Committed to Good, and Richard Westbury, chairman of the Chelsea Group. The Russian Foreign Ministry stated that these individuals have deliberately disseminated rumors aimed at discrediting the Russian government and domestic social and political affairs. Furthermore, they are accused of calling for sustained and increased pressure on Russia under the pretext of its special military operation. Moscow urged London to abandon its aggressive anti-Russian measures, warning of resolute countermeasures and further expansions of its entry blacklist if the UK continues to incite Russophobia and escalate sanctions. According to the Asahi Shimbun, Typhoon No. 6 made landfall in the southern part of Wakayama Prefecture on the morning of June 3, tracking eastward along the Pacific coast of eastern Japan. The Japan Meteorological Agency has urged the public to remain on high alert for torrential rain, landslides, and flooding, with linear rain bands threatening the Tokai and Kanto Koshin regions. In Tokyo and surrounding areas, Level 4 hazard warnings, the second highest threat level, were issued for several major rivers and wards, leading to evacuation advisories for numerous residents. The typhoon has heavily disrupted transportation in the greater Tokyo area. East Japan Railway Co. suspended multiple services, including portions of the Shonan Shinjuku, Tokaido, and Chuo lines, while limited express trains bound for Izu and Boso were halted. Additionally, Japan's major airlines, All Nippon Airways and Japan Airlines, canceled over 600 domestic and international flights combined, primarily affecting travel to and from Haneda and other local airports. According to a report by Linhee Zaobao citing Xinhua news agency, a massive jailbreak occurred on Monday, June 1, at La Joyita prison in eastern Panama province. The incident took place during the transfer and reallocation of inmates, which allowed some prisoners to seize the opportunity to escape. Out of 195 inmates who fled, 123 have been recaptured so far. The jailbreak resulted in at least 3 deaths, all of whom were escaping inmates. Additionally, 9 people were injured, including 6 inmates and 3 police officers. National Police Chief Fernandez announced at a press conference that Panama security departments have deployed 1,200 law enforcement officers to conduct search and capture operations. He urged the remaining escapees to surrender immediately to avoid facing further legal consequences. La Joyita prison is one of the largest and most challenging correctional facilities to manage in Panama. A report released by the General Directorate of Prisons on April 30 indicated that the facility housed approximately 4,800 inmates, heavily exceeding its design capacity and pushing the prison's operations to its absolute limit. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.